You know when people throw a dart at a map to pick a country to travel to? Well, in this video, I'm going to be taking that a step further by randomly generating an exact point to travel to this weekend. This isn't going to be a state or a region, but a precise geographic coordinate that I'm going to have to get to. And I have no idea where it's going to be or how hard it's going to be to get there. This is going to be a road trip of complete randomness. It's going to be exciting to go on a journey of chance, on the way to a place I never would have gone to, if not for the need to pick a destination that no one has ever chosen before. Alright, here is my random point generator, and I've constrained it to the western US because I am not about to drive to New York over the weekend. Okay, now I just need to hit randomize, and there's our location. For some reason, this website displays China on this pop-up, but if I copy and paste this into Google Earth, we can see the real location. Okay, where am I going? Oh, interesting. Okay, so this looks to be in Utah in a very dense canyon region, pretty deep into the mountains as well. I have definitely never been here, so this is going to be interesting. So now I need to figure out if it's actually feasible for me to get here over the weekend and if it's legal for me to do so. And for that, I'm using my Utah Road and Recreation Atlas. This atlas is great because it includes everything like land ownership and road networks, which is mostly what I need to make sure I can go here. I circled it here just a minute ago, and we can see that it's somewhere on page 63, somewhere in there. And now I'm on page 63, and I just need to use the coordinates to find it. And I can take the latitude for my coordinate and use these latitude lines here to find out where my point is going to be. My point is at 3922, so I can draw a line on 3922. Now I just need to draw my longitude line, and I can see that 109.20 is here and 109.30 is here. My longitude is 109.25. That'll just be right in the middle of that. And so I can draw a line here, and where these two lines I've drawn cross is where my point is going to be. Okay, so now that I have my point mapped out here, I can make sure I can actually get here. And we can see that it is located right next to this dirt road, which is this red dash line. And it is also on this yellow and green land, which means it's either on BLM or Forest Service. And that means I can legally go here because that is public land. So I'm good to go. Now that we got that all figured out, the only thing left to do is get going. Only problem is it's snowing. It was just my luck to plan this adventure on the very day of one of the biggest ever March storms to hit the west. It's gonna make getting to my point a lot more difficult, actually. The main thing I'm worried about is, as we saw on the map, the last about 12 miles of my journey are going to be on a dirt road, and that dirt road is probably impassable when wet. It's looking like instead of random sightseeing, I might just be battling this storm. Alright, let's get going. I'm from northern Utah, which means my route is going to take me down through the Salt Lake Valley and then through Price, which also means I have a couple mountain passes, and the first obstacle on my list is going to be Sardine Canyon, which is just up ahead. And as you guys can see, it's pretty much a full whiteout right now. So I'm just going to have to be really careful up here. This canyon is known for people wrecking every time it snows, so I'm going to have to go real slow, drive like a grandma, and be careful here. On my route down through Utah, there's actually a lot of cool things that I really hope I get to see. Things that I've never seen before that would be nice roadside stops along the way. We'll see if I can make it to them. One of them is a really nice pictograph panel that I've been wanting to see for a long time. Alright, I made it through Sardine Canyon safely, but that was definitely one of the more stressful drives I've had through there. It was getting pretty backed up near the city in the middle there. And I just wanna ask you guys a question real quick. I'm gonna put the sign up of that city's name. How do you think you pronounce that city's name? Normal person might say Mantua, right? Wrong. Utahns are super weird, and they pronounce that word right there as Manaway. I don't know. Don't ask me. Do not ask me. Anyway, around Manaway, got some pretty stiff traffic, and it was a little scary, but got through. There was definitely no ice, which was nice. And now I'm at Maverick. First Maverick stop of the trip, and Maverick stops are really the lifeblood of my adventures because that's where I gas up and that's where I go to the bathroom and get snacks, and you know, that keeps me going. That was a good Maverick stop. It's time to keep going. Yeah, it should be about, I don't know, hopefully just maybe 2 hours to get through the Salt Lake Valley, and then I'm gonna have to deal with the Price Canyon, which is probably gonna be just like Sardine Canyon, except way longer and probably more snow. Until then, I can chill out a bit and have some easier driving. When I generated my random point, I was actually really hoping that it would be somewhere farther, like in New Mexico or Arizona or something, but it just so happened to be in the same state that I lived in. So I'm driving a route that I have driven before, but the last half of it should be pretty new for me, which is what I'm really excited about. I did generate a couple test points before I did the one that I recorded, and some of those ended up being like in the ocean next to California because of how I set my parameters. I got lucky with Utah for sure. Or not lucky, because I mean I would rather it be somewhere else, but it happened to be close, I guess, is what I should say. Getting on the highway now, so just record some more GoPro time lapses and drive carefully out here, because I gotta watch out for these Utah drivers, that's for sure. I looked some more on Google Maps and it does look like a really beautiful canyon. So I'm really excited, and as long as it clears up a little bit tomorrow, should at least get some pretty cool views. I was looking closer at the road on Google Maps as well, and I saw that the road has multiple stream crossings, and with how much precipitation is coming down, those are probably going to be pretty muddy, but I don't know. Maybe I'll still be able to drive up the road and this will be pretty easy. Let me know if you're enjoying this format, because I just came up with it like last week, and I'm really excited to be doing this new style of video. Because at least for this one, it really feels like a Utah edition, because I live in Utah and my point happened to be in Utah. But in the future, I thought it'd be fun, maybe instead of constraining to the west, I could constrain to different states and have like a random point Colorado edition. Anyway, keep driving through this traffic. All right, just had Maverick stop number 2. I am now in Spanish Fork, Utah, and let me tell you, that drive through the Salt Lake and Utah valleys was pretty rough. It was downpouring the entire time. As you guys can see, there's a lot of rain. Right now I'm about to snack on banana and peanut M&Ms. I'm really excited, it's gonna be fire. Some people might be wondering how I'm navigating, and I'm using that same road and recreation atlas that I showed you guys earlier in the beginning of the video. I figured it'd be fun to just try and not use Google Maps for this trip, and since I live in Utah and my point happened to be in Utah, everything I need is in this map. So I started up here, have come down through the valley, and now I am in Spanish Fork, which is just below Provo here. And so the next thing, my next challenge is gonna be getting through this. It's kind of a canyon slash mountain pass, and it's really long. The mountain pass I did earlier was only this tiny little thing right there, whereas this is, you know, much longer, and it's snowing up there right now. So I think I might just wait a minute here and like rest, because this is about to be tough. This is fun though. It's fun to get out. I've been in school for a while, and it's finally spring break. I figure while I'm stopped here, I can give you a little tour of my car setup. So in the back here, we have my bed, that's my pillow, and then extends here. I have my backpack on it right now, but this is where I'll sleep. In that back right corner is where I keep all my food, and then my kind of storage bin and coat are right there. And then I keep a bunch of stuff down here. Okay, I'm rested up. I had my snack, and I'm gonna attempt to do this mountain pass now. Yeah, it's definitely snowed a lot up there, but there's no crashes or anything, and I'm just gonna take it super slow and pull over and stop if I need to. I have pretty much everything I need to survive in my car right now, so if I got stuck somewhere, that would be fine. Okay, it's not too bad up here, but definitely just slid a good 10 feet because everybody in front of me braked all of a sudden, and that was a bit scary. But we're all good. It is definitely pretty thick snow up here. Okay, at this point, going extremely slow, and pretty much every turn you like slide a little bit. Because it's really slushy and slippery, and it's kind of spooky. I've never driven in a storm quite this bad, but it's going well. Just taking it nice and slow behind this semi, and the guy behind me is pretty vigilant as well, so I'm not too worried. Just gotta like keep going at 20 miles per hour for about the next 10 miles like this. So yeah, this is crazy. All right, I did it. I made it through the canyon. At first, like the first 30 miles, I was like, oh, this is gonna be easy. It's definitely not as bad as I thought. And then I got to the last like 10 miles, and it was it was bad. It was a little sketchy, couple slippery moments, but we made it out. It was downpouring there at the end, like sleet and snow. But on the bright side, it was very pretty at the end. You can kind of see what I was getting to look at there towards the end. Even a little tiny rock up there, standing rock. Now that I'm in Price, I need to get over to here because there's my point. So I'm hoping to stop maybe somewhere here and get a nice view of these cliffs here, and hopefully see some petroglyphs or pictographs because there's a bunch. Right now, there is some lighter skies off in the distance, so I'm hoping that means it's not going to be downpouring. Maverick stop complete. I'm going to keep heading on, and if it doesn't start raining again, I might actually be able to get out and walk a little bit. Just about 4 or 5 hours of daylight left, so I think I should be able to get to the opening of the canyon where my point is, at least. If you've ever wondered what a small Utah town looks like, this is pretty standard. A couple small houses, maybe a coffee shop or two, and that's about it. And a gas station. All right, I made it to a cool viewpoint real quick, and it is very windy. But see behind me, those are the Book Cliffs. My random point is like deep within those mountains, just farther away from here. So we got the Book Cliffs on this side, and I am driving south that way. And then over here, you can see the really massive storm is still dumping rain over there and back where I came from. All right, I've made a quick detour to come check out the San Rafael Reef real quick. But unfortunately, there's a bit of a minor dust storm going on, so you can't really see it out there. But it is there. Let me zoom it in for you guys. It's very windy out there, so I decided to just come back and record in here. But anyway, yeah, you can see that the dust storm is kind of covering it up. But the San Rafael Reef is really cool. It's called a reef because in the past, before there was a road through it, it was basically a gigantic obstacle that couldn't be crossed for travelers, just like sailors with coral reefs. And it's really a formation that's kind of too big to appreciate from the ground, and you have to kind of see it from Google Earth to really appreciate how long this thing is. It's a massive, massive fault that extends for tens, maybe even 100 miles. Thought I'd come check it out, but yeah, it's not the best day to do so, I guess. So far, things are still going good here. I have, I think, just about an hour to the entrance of the canyon where the point is, but there's one more place I want to stop. At least as of now, the weather is getting better and better. It's kind of hasn't rained on me for a while, and I'm actually getting some pretty clear views where I can see pretty far, which is really nice. And off in the distance now, we can just see the Book Cliffs are still going. They kind of stretch for a really long ways. But it's cool to see that the same Mancos shale layer that I saw in one of my past videos is still here, like 100 miles away in this video, which is really, really awesome. I'm officially taking my second detour real quick. Somewhere up this canyon is a very, very beautiful pictograph panel, and I'm gonna go try to find it real quick. I think it's just off the side of the road, so it shouldn't be too hard. And it's really, really beautiful in here as well. And just beautiful, beautiful cliffs and mountains. And it's not raining, at least at the moment, so. That's the Mancos shale layer. Mancos shale right there, and then the sandstone on top from an ancient Cretaceous seaway, so that's pretty cool. And then we got the Book Cliffs back in the background there. I really wish I had some more time to explore. I feel like walking up into that drainage back there would be really fun. I mean, it's just beautiful in here. And just so many faces of rock where there could be pictographs, petroglyphs. Okay, there's a sign just up ahead, so I think we're about here. Probably just have to put a coat on and then I can walk around for a minute and see what's here. All right. Parked at the little parking spot they have here, and I can already see so much rock art, so I'm excited to go look at this. This is a place that I've wanted to visit for a very long time, but I've just never driven this way, and so I haven't gotten a chance to come here. But lo and behold, my random point happened to be on the way, so yeah, now I'm getting a chance to experience these. Oh man. It's starting to snow. Dang it. Or I guess it's like hail. Oh well, I can still look at them. Honestly, this is better than rain. So we got our first big panel here. Unfortunately, this one has been vandalized pretty heavily, which is always a bummer. But man, those are beautiful. I don't know what group made these ones, but whenever I see horses like that, I think of the Ute people. So I don't know if these are Ute petroglyphs. I know or pictographs. I do know that some of the other ones I'm going to be looking at are definitely Fremont. Very cool. A big shield probably, and lots of horses. It's really beautiful. The current weather, it's just, yeah, it's hailing, sorta. Oh well. Oh wow, here's the next panel. That one is really high up. That's so impressive. They must have been on a ladder to get up there. Beautiful. This one is also vandalized, but not as bad because it's so high up. There's actually, there's these petroglyphs, right, that are pecked in, and then behind you can faintly see some red figures that are pictographs. It's really cool. Well, there's a barefoot, but those are definitely Fremont petroglyphs. I am in awe right now. This is beautiful. Let me show you what I'm looking at. They're massive. That thing has to be 5 feet tall. That is incredibly beautiful. Very spooky looking. It's kind of scary. While I was looking at these, I looked across the canyon, and I don't know if you can see over there, but there's more giant figures. Those are also like 5 feet tall. So I might walk over there real quick and see if I can get a look at those. There's probably so many pictographs in this canyon. I wish I could explore it today, but... So it looks like it's private property, so I probably shouldn't go over there, but there's some amazing anthropomorphs, almost life-size over there. So my other camera just died, but I just want to take one more close look at these and get some footage so I can look back at them later. This guy especially is the main character and just very intricate and beautiful drawings. I'm glad that main panel over there is still in really good shape compared to some of these other ones. It's always a bummer to see when stuff has been vandalized. Like, what kind of people do that? Well, that was awesome. I definitely want to explore this canyon more in the future because I bet you there are just so many further up the canyon with how many there were just right here. But those were by far the biggest pictographs I've ever seen. I imagine this spot here was sort of a important place. And there's probably so much history in this small little section of canyon. So, gonna enjoy these views. And then I'd like it to stop snowing, but if it keeps snowing, whatever. That's what we're looking at right now, complete whiteout again. Alright, I just got off the highway and I'm now in the middle of nowhere on this random, it's not dirt yet, but kind of dirt road. And I'm driving towards the Book Cliffs. The hope is that I could get close enough tonight to where I could easily hike there and back tomorrow, so I wouldn't have to backpack at all. This is awesome. It is amazing out here. I love it so much. It's so empty. It's so empty, and the ravens are like flying next to me sometimes, following me. And the lighting is beautiful. Wow, I can't believe it. So far I've seen a bunch of good campsites, but I kind of want to go a little bit farther tonight if I can. So, man. The pavement has officially turned to dirt, and my random point is like 16 miles that way. But my plan now is to just use this twilight to find a campsite and camp for the night. Got some visitors. See if they scatter when I drive. Pretty brave. Have a good night, guys. I just spooked a massive herd of elk that is on this ridge. I'm gonna see if I can see them. Oh, there they go, yeah. Look at that, bunch of elk. Sorry, my camera's so shaky. That's awesome. I don't know if I've ever seen a herd of elk before. Really cool. I see deer all the time, but never elk. There they go. There's so many of them. Oh yeah, I figured I could give a quick map update as well. So, I've been driving along this road here where I took some drone shots and it was really pretty. And then, where I just talked to you guys, I hit the dirt. And then now I'm up at this intersection, about to go up this way. And like I said, my point's up here. I'm anticipating I won't be able to drive through this, but I want to at least see how far I can get tonight. Because if I could get up even halfway, that would be good for tomorrow. So you probably won't be able to see this very well, and I don't think I have time to walk up there this minute. But there's a ton of pictographs up there. So I was right, like probably more Fremont pictographs, like where I stopped earlier, even though that's pretty far away from here by now. I would love to go check those out, but I gotta keep moving. That's so cool. That's a really big panel too. Okay, here's the big test that I'm worried about. I think the road crosses the stream here, and if I can make it through this, I'll be fine for tomorrow. Okay, I think it should be fine. Here we go. I hate stream crossings. This is probably nothing, but I always get nervous. Okay. Woo! Yeah, that was nothing. I'm telling you, I always overreact, I know. But I just get nervous, okay? Can't make fun of me. This is gonna be my campsite for the night. That was a pretty wild first day. Lots of action for sure. Between battling that storm and all the pictographs. I saw even more after that one panel I showed you guys, but since it was getting dark, I just didn't feel like it was a good idea to go explore that right now. I'm just hoping that I see more tomorrow. Crossing that stream made me feel really good because that's what I'm worried about. I'm just worried about this being muddy, and it seems like out here it's pretty sandy, which is very helpful, so like I don't get a bunch of clay stuck on my tires. Alright, got everything set up, and now I can chill back here for the rest of the night. I sleep on this big pad here with a bunch of blankets under it, and then I got all my stuff right next to me, and then the front seat is open, so if I need to make a quick getaway for some reason, I can do so. Yeah, this is the best way to camp in my opinion. I love car camping like this. It's free as long as you're on BLM land like I am now. And it's quick. Don't have to really do any setup. I just have to move my stuff off my bed, and then I'm good to go. Just had my dinner of salami and cheese, more peanut M&Ms, and read my book for a while, and now I'm ready for bed. I'm gonna get to that random point tomorrow, or at least I hope so. I have high hopes. As long as the weather doesn't go too crazy, and as long as the road isn't terrible, I should be able to make it. So I'll see you guys in the morning. It's gonna be fun. Good morning. Slept pretty good in here. My sleeping bag is pretty nice. Kept me nice and warm. I think it was about 30 degrees last night. Let's go check what it looks like outside. It is a gorgeous morning, and this canyon is gorgeous as well. So I'm gonna be heading up this side canyon over here, down this road. So I'm gonna be going that way. Looks great over there. So far, the road is looking very passable. I thought it would be more kind of in the wash bottom, but it's actually kind of up on the side. So it's still really wet, but drivable for sure. So I think as long as there's no terrible stream crossings, I should be able to get pretty close to my point and then walk the rest of the way. So it's looking real good. To be honest, yesterday I did not think I was gonna make it at all, so this is a pleasant surprise. We're still about probably 8 miles out from the point, but I'm getting more confident as I go because this is good. The other thing I need to think about is this road is basically frozen right now, so it might be such easy driving because it's frozen, and my way out might be a lot harder. Oh boy, yeah, there's ruts on this one. Okay. That was pretty bad, actually. I wanna go check that. Yeah, so you can see everything's frozen right now, and I'm thinking when I try to come out this afternoon, all of this is gonna be mushy. So, yeah, if I get stuck there, I guess that's where I'll camp for the night. It was around this point that I realized that I was only going to be able to reach my random point if I zoomed there on this frozen road. And I also realized that in the next hour, this road was going to be melted by the sun and I would be stuck if I did not hurry over there. So I just started gassing it, and it was cool to see the canyon go by, and I'm sorry for going by it so fast. But it was interesting to see how gradually, bit by bit, there just got to be a little bit more snow on the road, and it just kept piling up. And also the trees started to change, and you could see more snow in the mountains behind. But I was really stressing out at this point because I wanted to get to the random point as quick as possible before it melted. And luckily, I made it. Okay, as you guys can see, I basically hacked the system and I drove the whole way because the road is frozen and there's a ton of snow up here. It's a hair track. But it also means the sun is actively warming up the road, and if I don't get out of here quick, I'm gonna be stuck way deep inside this canyon. So my point is right up over that hill, so I'm gonna get up there real quick and then get out of here. But I can say I made it. Where I'm standing is my point at 39:36, negative 109.43. I basically ran up that hill. I do not feel like I should be here. I mean, deep in the mountains with snow about to melt. It is pretty. I'll give you guys a quick view and then I'm gonna run. I'm getting out of here. I don't want to get stuck at my random point for the night. So, anyway, no rock art here, but beautiful mountains, the book cliffs, and the canyon I came up. That was an amazing journey, super fun. Like I said, I never would have come to this point if the computer hadn't told me to do so, giving me that random point. I'm gonna run now, get out of here, and then I can reminisce more once I'm out. I'll give you guys updates as I go. So, okay, let's not get stuck. Woo! Okay, like 20 minutes later, I white knuckled it the whole way out, and even though it had only been like 5 or 10 minutes since I went in, it was way muddier, and that's crazy because if I'd spent probably 20 more minutes in there, I would have been stuck because it was getting really deep, and a couple of the crossings I barely made it. But it was fun. I felt like I was rally car driving down that road for the last hour. Apologies for not getting great footage at the actual random point. I know that was probably anticlimactic. I really did not feel like getting stuck behind 12 miles of mud for a day or two. That just really would have sucked. And I don't even know if it's gonna freeze tonight, so. But I made it. I can't believe that I made it because I was convinced yesterday that I wasn't gonna make it with that huge storm. I mean, that storm was crazy. And it said it was supposed to be storming today, and it's blue skies. I don't know why it didn't occur to me to drive on the road while it was frozen. I knew it was going to freeze tonight, and I was just stupid because I totally could have prevented all this stress I just gave myself if I had gotten up an hour or two earlier and driven there on the frozen road. So, since it was kind of anticlimactic, I wanted to check out something really cool for the end of the video that I never would have found if not for going to this random point. So from where I'm sitting right now, I can see, I think, like 3 different pictograph panels. And I want to go take a look at them. So here we are. It's not the greatest panel, especially compared to what I saw yesterday, but still cool. I think a couple more of those horses. I'm not sure if this guy is authentic. I think that's graffiti. There is a lot of graffiti here. There's this panel, and then I'm gonna check one other out that I think might be a little bit better. Alright, I'm coming up on that rock art, and let me tell you, for my initial look, it's way better and it's beautiful. Also, look at this. Some old cowboy artifacts out here. Very old bottle. It's a little, I don't know what logo that is, but okay, let's take a look at this rock art. That's incredible. Look at that. I wonder if these are more like shield banners again. And then this has been graffitied, but then we have some maybe bison over here. Again, I can't be sure what's authentic because there's a ton of graffiti at the site, but I am 99% certain those are authentic. And then just everything down here, I'm not super sure. Arank. I just saw another panel over here. Oh, actually I can see petroglyphs as well. So let's go this way. I think this whole wall might be a big site. It definitely is. I just walked around the corner and saw this guy. He's a little confusing. I don't know what's going on here. We got like a little arms and a head, but then turns into like some sort of bug. Got a little guy on this boulder, and then some up there as well. Not really sure what those are. You can see where it's broken on the edge. And then around this corner is some amazing stuff. Wow, yes, look at that. Beautiful barrier canyon style Fremont pictographs, just like yesterday. Those are amazing. And then have some stuff on this boulder, lots of petroglyphs. Maybe a snake right there, I don't know. Some anthropomorphs. Another snake up there. And obviously lots of graffiti, but pretty old, 1888. Let's take a closer look at these guys. That steals the show right there. That's beautiful. Wow, it's got the same big eyes as the guy yesterday. It's so cool that they had a style. I mean, probably many different people made all of these pictographs, but they have a collective style that we can identify. Oh my gosh, there's so much more right here. I didn't even see this stuff. Holy, this is actually kind of crazy. This definitely looks different, but look at that shield pattern. That's very similar to what I saw yesterday. With the lines around the edges and kind of looks like a baseball. Wonder if these are, again, Ute pictographs. Someone who knows more than me, please let me know. Wow. I've never seen anything like that. That looks like actually mostly graffiti. 1888. Interesting. Although there are some definite petroglyphs up here. Very interesting shape. Don't know what those are supposed to be. It's always unfortunate to see them vandalized, but that was an amazing surprise. I mean, I keep seeing more stuff. I can see a spiral now over there. There's so much here. I imagine just all of these canyons are rich with history, like this one and the one we saw yesterday. This was an awesome adventure. I mean, to think I never would have seen that stuff if I hadn't clicked randomize and it put the point here. I'm really excited to do this again. I think I'll do this a couple more times this summer, and I'm excited to see where it is. I imagine I'll see just as much every time. There's so much to explore in the West. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this style of video, and thank you so much for watching. I know it's probably a long one. Get out and do your own exploration, guys. It's amazing what's out here. Alright, until next time. See you guys.